Okay, my name's Ian Sternthal. I recently founded an art book publishing company called Sternthal Books. We use images and aesthetics to look at philosophical and political questions, always from a visual perspective. To date, I have printed 6 different books. Each one is a collaboration with a different artist, and this publication for the Zalmania would be our 7th. Miriam Weisenstein, along with her husband, the photographer Rudy Weisenstein, worked tirelessly to document Israel's development, its people, and its rapidly changing culture. I first wandered into the shop just out of curiosity.
אני לא יודעת מה לעשות איתך.
איתי? את פשוט צריכה לדבר.
שתלך מפה, אבל זה לא נעים.
את מופיעת הרבה בטלוויזיה?
המון.
כן?
גם מלונדון יש לי בקשות לתוכניות. שזה הכל שייך לפרי אור ולבעלי ולי, כמובן. אבל מה שאני לא רוצה, את כל מה שאני נותנת לך, הרעיונות והסיפורים, סודיים, לא סודיים, אני לא רוצה לעבוד בחינם.
She would feed me. If my hair was out of place, she would give me haircuts. And often she would invite me back to her apartment for lunch, and she told me a lot of stories about her life. Between 1936 and Rudy's death in 1992, they photographed thousands of faces. Regular people, military heroes, artists, all sat on the same small wooden bench to have their photograph taken. With your help, I will be able to complete a project that I started over 5 years ago, to digitize this important archive of portraits and create a coffee table book of faces. There are over 5,000 negatives that I still have to go through and scan, taking the time to look at each frame and study each face before I decide which ones will be digitized. All of the negatives are found in these small little paper bags. Each one usually contains 5 to 6 frames. In the beginning, it was really fun to look at like the crazy glasses and the expressions and the posing, but reading them also tells us a lot about the socio-political realities of Israel. You know, the fact that everyone from the prime minister to couples making out all sit on the same bench and are all receiving the same treatment from the photographer is a testimony to the informality of society. In the 1950s and 60s, before digital technology had turned everyone into a photographer, the photo studio was an important meeting place where people would go to record their lives and create memories that would live on. The book should serve as a reminder that behind every national identity are the lives of regular people, all of us connected through our common humanity. The Prior Photo House is a very unique place. It's kind of like a living archive. Nowadays, people come to the Zalmania searching for the past.
שם משפחה של החתן זה אני, זה יעקב.
יעקב זה שם פרטי.
מה אפשר לעשות?
יעקב זה גם שם משפחה.
נכון.
Until she passed away, Miriam still cross-examined each visitor, sitting them down at her desk and telling them stories about her life.
בלי בית, רק יעקב. יעקב, בלי בית. לא, זה לא. רק יעקב.
זה משהו אחד, זה ככה.
תמחקי את זה.
לא, כשאנחנו...
לא תמצאי בית יעקב, בארץ...
אני לא אחפש. הצטלמת על שם בית.
על שם, לא, הצטלמת על שם יעקב.
יעקב.
כן, אמרת, כן. בית זה היה בבולגריה, אמרת לך בית יעקב.
יעקב, כתבתי, סימנתי.
כן, 1956.
זאת אומרת, 56, זה כמה זמן?
53.
אנחנו שומרים הכל.
She really was an irreplaceable link to an age and a time that may otherwise fade from memory. In order to make this project happen, I really need all of your support. In addition to creating a coffee table book, I also want to create an accompanying digital ebook that will include video footage that I have shot to tell Miriam and Rudy's own story as well as the story of Israel through its faces. We also want to create an exhibition of portraits which will travel through various cities around the world. After the final selection has been made, each frame will have to be professionally scanned and touched up. In exchange for your support, we will be offering black and white prints which you'll be able to choose from, posters, copies of the book, free digital downloads of the ebook, and dedications which will appear within the finished product. With all of your participation, together we can make this really valuable project come to life. We can honor the memory of Miriam and Rudy, as well as all of the thousands of people who were photographed at the Zalmania. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and thank you so much for your support.